Okay, everybody, a very good morning, and it could be evening or noon for some of you. So this is a makeup class by myself for your Miss class next week, and so it's a holiday, right? So here we are. I'm going to look now straight away get into our lesson. Okay, so please keep in touch with this recording lecture, all right? So let's go. So, 1 second. So we are going to touch lesson 12, activity 12, right? Up till activity 21. So mostly I'm going to kind of read and answer the questions for you. So you listen carefully and write it down, okay? All right, and then if you don't understand, we can repeat again. So that's the advantage of online, right? So let's go. According to the blog, we're learning about entertainment, right? According to the blog, discuss with classmates what does the author think about each type of entertainment, right? Check, all right? If you agree, and then into if you disagree with the author's opinion. Let's go. Movies. My example, author, right? My point of view is that you can even make movies day with your friends and go to your nearest cinema. So this is check. All right. All right. All right. Watching and talking about the movie with friends can be fun. We can spend time together and get to know more about each other. So let's go into author's opinion, right? Your opinion is here, so you can do yourself. Okay, let me read and then dictate, and you can write down. So TV. Whether you like politics or drama, mystery or comedy, there is no shortage of shows that you can enjoy. I repeat, whether you like politics or drama, mystery or comedy, there is no shortage of shows that you can enjoy. Let's go to the books. Books are the easiest way to travel to destinations that you never thought possible. I repeat, books are the easiest way to travel to destinations that you never thought possible. Let's go to travel. Traveling gives you a chance to experience new cultures and meet new people. I repeat, traveling gives you a chance to experience new cultures and meet new people. Let's go to sporting events. Sure, some of you would prefer watching it on the television. It's fun too, but nothing beats the sound of the crowd and the excitement of a live game. I repeat, sure, some of you would prefer watching it on the television. It's fun too, but nothing beats the sound of the crowd and the excitement of a live game. Last, concert. The beloved artist would prefer to see their fans in the concert as well. I repeat, the beloved artist would prefer to see the fans in the concert as well. Alright? So you can have your opinion here, check, alright? You agree or disagree? And you can have your own explanation as to why you agree or disagree. Okay? In a short line. Okay? Okay? So if you don't understand, you can repeat again, alright? Next, let's go to the next. You have to do it yourself, this one. Select one type of entertainment discussed in activity 12, we just did now, and decide about whether your group agrees or disagree with the author's opinion on it. So it's about group, but you can do it yourself. Okay, example, we, now you say I, because you are alone, right? So I agree with the authors that you can even make movies, date with your friends, and to go to your nearest cinema. It is easy and no need to organize anything. You just go out to the cinema and enjoy the movie. After watching the movie, we can share our thoughts on it, and that makes us spend more time together. So this is the topic sentence here. Authors, okay? Authors that we can make TV movie date, and these are the details why you support this. All right, so you can select. There are 1 2 3 4 5. You can select the authors, okay, the authors opinion, agree or disagree, and then you can make like this. I agree, like that. Why you agree? You give the reason. You say you just copy why you agree. Okay. So I agree or I disagree, like that, and then you give the reasons where detail why you disagree or why you agree. Okay. So your result of discussion here. Now, not our mind, because you're alone at home. So my result of discussion are that I agree with, so you write down here. Okay, something like this you write down here. Okay, so you find out one thing you agree or disagree from the author. Okay, write down like this, and then you give your opinion, right? Detailed explanation why you agree or disagree, like this. Write down here. Okay, so please do that. This is just your homework. You do at home. Okay, there is no point here, but just do it at home. All right, so let's go to lesson B, outcome. Okay, at the end of the lesson, student will be able to identify sentence structure focusing on reference pronouns in would rather, would prefer, and talk about preferred types of entertainment. So pronouns here stand, okay, here pronouns are words that are used in place of noun or stand in place of nouns. Okay, so they offer a quick practical approach to refer to a designated word. Every time a pronoun is used, it must be clear which noun it is replacing. An unclear sentence and perplexed reader are the effects of poor pronouns reference. So, after Taylor Swift won example 3 awards in 2022 MTV Video Music Awards, she announced her 10th studio album, Midnight. So the pronoun is she. Clearly refers to the word Taylor Swift. Alright, so these are some of the examples. We all need entertainment in our lives. It consists of performance like play, films, and hobbies such as reading and watching television. that provide people pleasure. The pronoun it, it. So remember, a pronoun stands in place of a noun. So she, it, clearly refers to the word entertainment. Okay, I think it's easy, right? Let's see. Read the sentence extract from the blog in activity 6 and identify pronouns reference. Let's go. Entertainment is also important because it, pronouns, brings families closer to each other. The word it refers to what? It refers to answer. Entertainment. Entertainment. Okay? Books are the best companion you can have. They, pronoun. Easy, right? So this is what? This they refers to books. Alright? Books. In the concert, so concert is a noun. You would probably meet people who share some interest in your artist and ready to become cool superstar of your favorite one. So this one would be, there are noun here. So the word one refers to artist, artist, A-R-T-I-S-T, artist. All right, so that's it. So let's go to the focus 2. Would prefer and would rather. Would rather, would prefer. Okay. Wouldn't you prefer doing for fun? Would you prefer to do for fun? What would you do for fun? Spending time alone or going out with friends? So this is how you will use, right? Would you prefer? You can say apostrophe ed or just put full would, alright? So how we use them? Well, what would you rather do for fun when you have free time? Spending time alone or going out with friends? So these are often actually a question. Okay? What would? So you answer I'd rather, so they are choices, right? So remember when you say I would rather means there are one or two or three kind of thing to choose from, to select from. So you say I would rather stay home, not go to class, not go for shopping, not go out. So I would rather. I like to play with my pets. This one is Soda. He is my favorite cat. Okay. I'd rather stay home. I always exercise at home whenever I have free time. Skipping rope is my favorite. Another one. So they are almost the same. I would prefer going out. So if you are against your friend, not the same, you say I would prefer. That means you are not the same with your friend. Alright? So it is like you are unlike your friend. So I would prefer going out, not staying home. Traveling to my many places is my favorite thing to do when I have free time. And another one, oh, I would prefer going out. Same. Okay, different opinion. I would prefer going out. Going to the concert is my favorite thing to do. Well, so you can have your, what would you rather do for fun when you have free time? Staying at home or going out? So now you write your own, right? You can say, the question is, well, what would you rather do for fun when you have free time? So you can say, I would prefer, I would rather. You can use both, alright? So you can say, I would prefer playing video game when I am free at home because it helps me to exercise my thinking power. So you can give your reason. Or you can say, I would rather go out cycling. I would rather go jogging because it makes me to refresh myself, So you can have your own here. All right, so keep in mind. Rather and prefer, showing your choice. Okay, so I want you to read through once more. Let's go a little bit deeper to the discussion here. We use rather plus infinitive without to talk about preference. Preference, okay? Preference means the things you like better. For example, after a long day at work, some of you would rather stay home, sit on the couch and watch TV in your pajama and instead of going out for a party. Just one example, okay? Or here, we can use it with then rather than, alright? Plus noun slash infinitive in affirmative sentence or with or in question. What would you like to drink, tea or coffee? So you're giving here choice, preference. So you say, would rather have tea, please. Would rather have tea than drink. Would you rather have tea or coffee? So rather always give you option, preference of 2 or 3 things, alright? So here another example. We would rather with us now. So let's see. We can use would rather plus subject plus past simple to refer to the present or future. For example, we would rather, something is wrong here. We would rather was or were with us now. She, so let us break it down. She would rather pick her up after lunch. Would you rather went by bus or by train? Note that we can use were instead of was, with, I, he, she, after, would rather, subject, okay? Alright, so let's move on. We use prefer, now let's go to prefer. We use prefer, would prefer, plus noun or to plus infinitive to talk about specific preference. Now, would prefer is more specific than would rather, so keep in mind, alright? So would prefer is more specific, okay, than rather, would rather. So example, what would you prefer to do, reading books or watching TV? So it's more specific, not more than 2 choice here, okay? So with the book in the hand, some people would prefer to spend time in the imagination of a while. So what would you prefer to say? An expensive hotel near the airport or a cheaper or further away? So just 2 choice, specific choice, right? So I would prefer to stay in an expensive hotel near the airport, or I would rather stay so I can spend less time to the airport. More example here. Would prefer to infinitive rather than instead of. We can use prefer, would prefer with rather than or instead of to show the choice we have. Alright, example, would prefer to, okay, be too early rather than be too late. Would prefer to go with dad instead of staying here with mom. Note that we use rather than plus infinitive without to. Would prefer plus ing verb. Okay, so some people would prefer watching all kinds of movies like drama, action, or even scary movies as long as they have cinema experience. Not we can use prefer with to show the choices we have. The word is a preposition here. So if we use a verb after to, it should take the ing form. He prefers walking to the cycling. Now this is very important. Now this is the main exercise we do now. Okay, just try to listen carefully and take it down. Complete the following sentences with appropriate form of words. I don't fancy the theater because, but would rather to the cinema. Go. Nothing changed, so go. Although I love relaxing on beaches, I think I prefer. Okay, so through the mountains. So I prefer. It should be. You can say I prefer to trek, or I prefer trekking. T-R-E-K-I-N-G. You can say I prefer to trek or trekking. Okay. 3. I prefer trains dash preposition car. So preposition, okay, not rather or not prefer. So it should be preposition. So I prefer train to car. Always to car means you like train more than car. Okay. 4. I'm not a big fan of cars. I prefer to travel or traveling by train. To travel or traveling by train. Number 5. If I had a choice, I think I would rather okay, live in Paris, in London. I would rather live in Paris than T-H-A-N, than in London. I would rather live in Paris than in London. Okay. Number 6. They would rather have lunch inside, but I would prefer to eat or eating. To eat or eating. Preposition, or you can do the continuous ing. To eat or eating outside in the garden. Number 7. I would rather speak to him in person than discuss things over the phone. Number 8. She would prefer to stay or staying. Remember, to stay or stay. Okay. Number 9. I would rather cycle. I would rather walk than cycle. I would rather walk than, just like this. I would rather walk than cycle. It's such nice weather. I would rather sit in the garden than watch TV. Then same. Then. Okay. I repeat. 1. Go. 2. To trek or trekking. 3. 2. 4. To travel or traveling. 5. Live in Paris than in London. 6. Have. To eat or to eating. To eat or eating. 7. Then discuss. 8. Stay. To stay or staying. 9. Walk then cycle. 10. Sit in the garden then watch TV. Alright. So this is now speaking you have to do now. You can try this. You can, since you can't speak, you can write here. So which type of entertainment would you prefer? Now you have your choice. You can say I would prefer to, what is that? I would prefer to, I would prefer to something, right? Okay. Rather than, you have the two options. Rather than what? Okay. Because, you keep one because. Second reason. Secondly, okay. So very easy, huh? Prepare to speak. So you don't speak, you write down now. So draft out your answer before sharing it with class. So now you don't share, you can do it. I will try for you. So here you say, I would prefer staying at home than, okay, so I would prefer staying at home rather than going out, okay, and going out with friends, okay. I'm just giving an example. So I would prefer staying home watching TV than going out with friends in the theater, because because today is a cloudy day and it's not fine with me going out and it's cold. You can say I prefer staying alone at home, say, because I would like to stay at home alone and have my own choice of TV or movie and stay home alone and entertain myself. So you just give reason, okay? Say I would prefer, you can say I would prefer going for a picnic rather than hiking. Okay? First time. And then because one reason, two reason. เข้าใจไหม? เข้าใจ. Okay, so let us try. Okay, so we'll go to C. Now we're going to listen. Okay, listen to the vocabulary words and we will match. I'll do it for you. So activity, this is 17. Adorable means, these are all adjective, okay? Adorable means something beautiful to look at. Break out, something happened. Passionate means really in love. Impeccable, all right? It is something very very nice, very interesting, Superficial, all right? Superficial, it is okay, a person that is thinking about a person, okay, or who never think about things that are serious or important. Superficial word, something not serious about the worldly things, his mind is beyond, somewhere superficial. Exotic is something exciting, something unusual, okay? Mainstream is something, the main idea, the normal, the belief, okay? And the fascination, something very attractive. Appetite, it gives you taste to eat. Sensation, something very interesting and exciting. Break up means to split, to part ways. Span is a time, Arguably is state of giving your opinion, okay? Giving your opinion or belief that you think can be shown to be true, okay? So we're going to match now. Adorable. It's going to be F. Used to describe someone or something that makes you love or like them, usually because of their attractive and often small. F. 2. Break out. B. Used to describe someone or something that suddenly become very well known or successful in particular type of activity, or an achievement that helps them to do this. B. Break out. Okay. 3. I. So this here. Okay. Passionate. Number 3 will be, this will be, I think, L. L. Having very strong feelings or emotion. Passionate. All right. Number 4. 4 is H. Perfect. With no problems or bad parts. Okay. Number 4 is H. Perfect. With no problem or bad part. Okay. Number 5, superficial. Number 5 is going to be K. A person or of a person never thinking about things that are serious or important. All right. Exotic. Number 6 is M. Unusual or exciting because of coming or seeming to come from far away, especially a tropical country, exotic country, far away country. M. 6. 7. Mainstream. C. Consider normal and having unusual idea, belief, etc. that are accepted by most people. So C. Okay. C. That is 7. 8. Fascination. A. 8. The fact of finding someone or something very interesting. Number 9. Appetite. It's going to be I guess. It's going to be J. I think it's J. Appetite. Number 9 is going to be A. Alright. It's going to be, J. Number 9 is going to be J. The feeling of wanting or needing something, like you want to eat, you want to do something. This is J. Number 10, sensation. Number 10 is going to be G. Something very exciting or something that caused great excitement or interest. So G. 10. Number 11, D. The end of a relationship, split, part ways, right? 12 is going to be the I. Span. To connect to two places, time or ideas. Alright. 13. Arguably, adjective. This is E. Used when stating an opinion or belief that you can be shown to be true. So E. I repeat. 1 F B 2 B2 3 L 4 H 5 K 6 M 7 C 8 A 9 J 10 G 11 D 12 I 13 E. Alright, that's it. You can repeat again if you don't know. Now let's go to the 18. The artist owes her, so that's reputation, to reliability as she rarely disappoints her fans by canceling a concert. So this could be impeccable. 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 Number 2. Due to the pandemic, many youngsters who were out of dash education have had difficulties adapting to a formal learning environment. So this one will be mainstream. Mainstream. 3. Being exposed to different cultures increase your dash to understand different acts and belief. Your appetite. 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 Number 4. The dash of a boy band often occurs because each member is exhausted and wants solo career. So the break up, split, part ways, break up. Alright? 5. Dash it was a bad idea to legalize marijuana without regulating its scale. While some people agree with its medical use, others are concerned about its harmfulness. It's a kind of smoke, okay? You smoke cigarette and it can get drunk or kicked. So it is arguably, arguably, arguably. I repeat, number 1, impeccable. Number 2, mainstream. Number 3, appetite. Number 4, break up. Number 5, arguably. Read the excerpt from the interview and find out what makes people become fans of different artists. So let us see here. Everything about Blackpink made me become a fan. The way they perform, the exotic songs, the friendship, and the way they dress is fascinating. Is fascinating. Blackpink were on the whole new level. So question is, what are some characteristics that make this person like Blackpink? Now answer. So here, from here, right? Here to here, here to here. So you put your own word, write down. The performance. Their performance. THEIR. Their performance, comma, exotic songs, their friendship, comma, and the way they dress is fascinating. It should be fascinating, okay? I repeat. Their performance, comma, exotic songs, comma, their friendship, comma, and the way they dress is fascinating. Full stop. Number 2. Harry Styles has this engaging, charismatic feeling. He was so adorable in his team when he was with One Direction. Now he is growing up to become a mega singer. He is passionate about music. What are some of the characteristics that make this person like Harry Styles? Answer. He's engaging, comma, he's engaging, charismatic, charismatic. So he's engaging, comma, charismatic feeling, passion about music, passion about music. I repeat, he's engaging, comma, charismatic feeling, comma, passion about music. Okay, last. But most importantly, the band members write their own lyrics, and even though they are mostly in Korea, the social conscious songs usually contain a few English phrases. What are some characteristics that make this person like BTS? Answer. Write their own lyrics. Write their own lyrics. This is one. Alright? Okay? So I think we have here, we have to listen now. Activity 20, listening to BTS, how BTS won over America. So let's see. We watched the program talking about BTS, a popular music group that makes BTS act popular in America. Choose the best answer and fill in the outline below. Okay, so let's see. So activity 20. One second.
Why are you charging it? Because I have a rest. But for me,
Looks like we need to watch this, huh? Let's see.
Americans have a deep love of boy bands. It seems that every few years, a new group climbs to the top of the pop charts, stealing the hearts of millions.
His smile is adorable.
But since the breakup of One Direction in 2015, no other group has been able to capture and hold our collective attention. That is, until BTS. BTS, aka 방탄소년단, the 7-member Korean idol group, has become a global phenomenon. There's RM, Jimin, Suga, V, Jin, Jungkook, and J-Hope.
You can't think about popular music right now without thinking about BTS, arguably the biggest band in the world.
Few people expected a Korean-speaking boy band to become the next it sensation in the United States. But 6 albums, 6 EPs, 5 tours, and millions of fans later, BTS has cemented its place in American pop culture. Just about every decade has its own boy band on the pop charts. The cycle goes like this. A boy band lands a breakout hit, gets a lot of attention, builds a passionate fan base, releases a few albums, tours the world, and breaks up just in time for a new one to come and take its place.
There's these 7-year cycles where every once in a while a big boy band comes up. You know, in the early 2000s you had NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys, and then it took a little break, and then One Direction came back huge. Once One Direction kind of went away and went on their hiatus, there was a gap.
But what's interesting about BTS's rise to fame in the US is how a group from the other side of the world, with only one English-speaking member, took the spot from bands like 5 Seconds of Summer and The Wanted.
It's not just a need for a new boy band every few years, you have to be the right boy band at the right time.
BTS's timing was impeccable. The proof is in the numbers. In 2018, BTS landed 3 #1 albums on the Billboard 200 chart. The last band to do that was the Beatles. They also broke YouTube records like the fastest video to reach 100 million views and the most streamed video in 24 hours.
They have broken so many records. After release, they've been breaking their own record.
Their album, Map of the Soul Persona, had 3 million pre-orders internationally and when released topped the iTunes charts in 89 different countries. BTS is the first South Korean group to reach 10 million followers on Twitter, perform at the Billboard Music Awards, and be the musical guest on Saturday Night Live. BTS's music is a blend of different genres like pop, hip-hop, and EDM, and they're known for their catchy hooks and unique choreography. But more importantly, the band members write their own lyrics. And even though they're mostly in Korean, the socially conscious songs usually contain a few English phrases.
The lyrics, they're not superficial, they're actually they mean something. They talk about issues that we can relate with.
Experts agree that a big part of America's fascination with BTS stems from a desire for something new.
I think K-pop is having a moment because it's extremely different.
Not only is there an increased appetite to understand different cultures, but I think that there's a huge Asian community in the US that loves seeing an artist like BTS represent themselves.
It's becoming this counterculture movement where it's very new, it's very exotic for the teens, and It's something that's very different from what the rest of the people are listening to.
I wouldn't want to say like how mainstream artists now all sound the same. They don't, but it's something more culturally different.
Surprisingly, the language barrier hasn't been an issue for BTS.
And we're very happy to be the messenger for many people's lives and the positivities.
Music doesn't need a language, you know? Like, you just need to hear it to, like, have a good feeling about it.
It's never been difficult to just find translations, to just read it while watching, reading while listening.
A hit is a hit, so at the end of the day, you still have to have super strong melody, a lyric that resonates with people, and hook after hook after hook. It doesn't matter if you're singing in Farsi or Korean.
Okay, so that's it. PDS. All right, we love them. So let's go. PDS timing was impeccable. All right, as the proof is in the scales numbers. B. So which one is correct? Americans expect a Korean-speaking boy band to become the next sensation. So which one? Choose the best answer and fill in the outline below. So the answer is A. I got the bonus. So the main point topic is, write down, PDS timing was impeccable. Timing was impeccable. As the proof is in the scales number. So the same one right here. This is the topic sentence. All right. So example or to explain the main topic. So this is like a paragraph, right? 1, 2, 3. You can write down. I will dictate for you. I will dictate for you twice. Okay. So listen carefully, so you can repeat back later. Okay. Number 1. Their album Map of the Soul Persona has 3 million pre-orders internationally, and when released topped the iTunes charts in 89 different countries. I repeat, their album Map of the Soul Persona has 3 million pre-orders internationally, and when released topped the iTunes charts in 89 different countries. Point 2. BTS is the first South Korean group to reach 10 million followers on Twitter, perform at the Billboard Music Awards, and be the musical guest on Saturday Night Live. I repeat, BTS is the first South Korean group to reach 10 million followers on Twitter, perform at the Billboard Music Awards, and be the musical guest on Saturday Night Live. Point 3. Their album Map of the Soul Persona has 3 million pre-order internationally, and when released topped the iTunes chart in 89 different countries. So it looks like you have just only 2 details. So number 1 and 2. Number 1 and 2, right? So you may, I repeat once more. Number 1. The album Map of the Soul Persona has 3 million pre-orders internationally, and when released topped the iTunes charts in 89 different countries. 2. BTS is the first South Korean group to reach 10 million followers on Twitter, perform at the Billboard Music Awards, and be the musical guest on Saturday Night Live. So you may avoid number 3. Alright, so let's move on to activity 21. We already watched the program again. We don't have to watch again. So let's finish the question answer. When did One Direction break up? In 2015, how many years of a cycle of boy band mentioned in the video? 7 years. 7 years, right? Number 3. What is considered a big part of America's fascination with BTS? It's long, you must write down, alright? But what's interesting about BTS is rise to fame in the US. It's how a group from the other side of the world with only one English speaking member took the spot from bands like 5 Seconds of Summer and The Wanted. I repeat, but what's interesting about BTS is rise to fame in the US. It's how a group from the other side of the world with only one English speaking member took the spot from bands like 5 Seconds of Summer and The Wanted. Question 4. What are some of the genres of the BTS music? Pop, hip hop, and EDM. Pop, hip hop, and EDM. Number 5. What has the language barrier not been an issue for BTS? So this 5, right? You need to write till here long, okay? Alright. Music doesn't need a language, like. Music doesn't need a language, like you just need to hear it, to like, to have a good feeling about it. I repeat, music doesn't need a language, like you just need to hear it, to like, to have a good feeling about it. Once more, if you're confused, music doesn't need a language, like you just need to hear it, to like, to have a good feeling about it. Next, it's never been difficult to just find translation. It's never been difficult to just find translation, to just read it while watching, reading, and while listening. I repeat, if you miss out the first point, confused, just take this second point. It's been never difficult to just find translations, to just read it while watching, reading, and while listening. I repeat, 1. 19 in 2015. 2. 7 years. 3. Answer. But what's interesting about BTS is rise to fame in the US. It's how a group from other side of the world with only one English-speaking member took the spot from bands like 5 Seconds of Summer and The Wanted. Question 4. What are some of the genres of BTS music? Pop, hip hop, and EDM. Question 5. Music doesn't need a language. Like you just need to hear it, to like, to have a good feeling about it. Next point, it's never been difficult to just find translation, to just read it while watching, reading, while listening. Okay, so that's it. Alright, so today you have learned a lot actually, huh? That's a lot, and I hope you will at least spend time when you're free and go through. Okay, if you don't understand, you may have to listen it again, and in case you have any problem, please wait for me in the class. I can read for you again, don't worry. Okay, I can give you the answer in the class. If you have some doubts, all right, leave the doubt for me in the class when you meet me the next week. Okay, so everybody continue to enjoy your holidays and see you next week, next time. Bye bye.